Ferrari went through a difficult period in 2019 when their power unit came under investigation by the FIA. The resulting confidential agreement between the FIA and Ferrari saw the team lose a lot of performance, and they had a hard time both on and off track. Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto feels that there have been similar situations this year, but they have been dealt with in a much more amicable manner, as he has now explained to the Italian wing of Motorsport. I'm your host Tyler, and first up on Formula World, Mattia Binotto critical of difference in attitude towards Ferrari. Red Bull have launched an official query against the Mercedes engine. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner had alluded that he had the support of Ferrari. Binotto spoke about this. "We analysed the images and looked at the GPS data. We had some doubts and we discussed it with Red Bull. I personally talked about it with Christian Horner, but we did not submit any request for clarification to the FIA." He then chose not to speak about highly technical aspects and instead focused his attention on flexible wings. "Without getting to the subject of the Mercedes engine, I would prefer to touch on other topics that are well known and understandable, the flexible wings and the management of tyre pressures that required technical directives. An FIA directive had forced teams like Red Bull to modify their rear wing, and Binotto suggested that it was similar to what happened to them in 2019. The FIA measures came about because there were those who misinterpreted the principles of the regulations, and all this is no different from what happened in 2019. He then questioned the difference in attitude. Why are there differences in attitude? Maybe then we were too exposed in the media and we suffered an attack from our competitors, but that's water under the bridge now." He signed off by reiterating his belief that they hadn't done anything out of the ordinary in 2019. "I think that reaching the tones used in 2019 is still wrong, but I think it is important to emphasize that what happened then is nothing different from what is happening now, and has always happened in Formula 1. Fast feed. Red Bull's Max Verstappen has explained that winning the Dutch GP is not really a burden off his shoulders or anything like that. "But this is the perfect weekend for us, and for all the people, of course, the weekend is fully complete with a race like this," he added. "Of course the pressure is enormous, but in the end you can't do more than your best. That's what I tried to do as well." Honda F1's technical director Toyoharu Tanabe feels that it was another victory, which was again due to a brilliant performance by Max and a good race management by the Red Bull racing team. "It was far from an easy race with Max battling two Mercedes, but the team made the right decisions and the pit crew did an excellent job of staying one step ahead of them. The Dutch fans created a fantastic atmosphere all weekend, although we felt a lot of pressure to put in a good performance in Max's home race. In the end, we were all very relieved by this best possible result," he surmised. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has reiterated that Valtteri Bottas briefly setting the fastest lap was a bit cheeky but understandable. Valtteri is always on the receiving end because this championship is so tight. He lifted off massively in the last sector, and it was clear that Lewis would do the quickest lap and Valtteri knew about it. At the end, Lewis in his fight for the Drivers' Championship got the point, and it's all good. It could have ended up in a loss of a point for Lewis, and it also would have been not right because he had the fastest lap up until then. But you have to understand also at that point there's a certain degree of frustration of Valtteri, and at the end everything is good, Wolff concluded. Should engine manufacturers have a say in which driver their customer teams hire? Head over to our community page to vote in the poll and let us know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out our others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.